So you recently wrote this New York Times op-ed about RFK Jr., and of course he's been advancing these conspiracy theories about autism. It's kind of a scary time. I'm assuming the scary time, the scary nature of everything is what prompted you to write this article right now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of responsible and felt that it was necessary to try to step in and make clear that his assertions are absolutely nutty. So one thing he says is true. The rate of autism has increased by about 60 times in the last 30 years. That's absolutely true. But what he doesn't know about autism is almost everything. The rate has increased not because of vaccines. That has been disproven over and over again. The original perpetrator of the idea, Wakefield, was discredited and chased out of England. The article that started this whole nonsense off was retracted by the Lancet. Research paper after research paper makes absolutely clear that vaccines do not cause autism. And the main reason for writing the article was to make that clear to parents. Don't stop vaccinating your kids on the crazy notion that it will cause autism. How I was responsible and how that impacts on Kennedy's conspiracy theory. DSM-3 had a very tight definition of autism. You had to have an onset before the age of 3. The impairments in interpersonal functioning, in cognitive functioning, and behavioral, they were absolutely disabling. There was no way in the world that you could mistake a kid who suffered from autism, as it was defined in DSM-3, from a normal kid or from any other mental disorder. In DSM-4, because some kids had milder versions and they were missing out on school services and treatment, we added a new diagnosis called Asperger's, and it was a milder representation of some of the same symptoms. We anticipated, after careful field trials, that this would increase the rate of autism 3 times, from about 1 in 2,500 to about 1 in 800. Within 10 years, the rate had jumped to 1 in 130, and now it's 1 in 31. What had been a condition that happened maybe 1 in 3,000 kids, now 1 in every 31 kids. And the reason for this is that we made the definition much looser. That made it much easier for people to confuse autism with normal eccentricity and social avoidance. It made it possible for school services to be given to kids who otherwise wouldn't have gotten it, which was good for them, but may have led to a misallocation of resources. And it encouraged a kind of internet industry of self-diagnosis of autism. So many people who before would have felt that they were shy or maybe a little eccentric, now they had a diagnosis to explain their behaviors. And so the whole thing has exploded, not because of vaccines, but because of definitional change, the availability of school services, and the internet.